Hello there, my name is Michael Stevens. I'm a guitar instructor with Hyman Settlement School, and I wanted to make a couple of quick videos real quick to show you and go in review of some chords, maybe a song or two, our strings, our tuning, all of how we hold the guitar, the parts of it, and all that good stuff. I wanted to just make a quick video, and that way you can have something to learn at home with while we're staying in our houses and practicing social distancing. So first of all, with our guitar, we want to hold it with the bottom part right here against our leg, right? If we're playing or we have a strap on, we want to make sure that that is down there. That way you have if you're left-handed or right-handed, whichever it is, if you have that just like this, right? So you want to make sure that you can have easy access to the neck there. This is the neck where we hold our guitar, and the frets. Each silver bar there is a fret. And we have our tuning keys up here, how we tune our strings, our bridge, our pins. This is called the saddle, this white piece here. And this is the nut. The strings lay across that helps produce the vibration of the strings. That way they can actually produce a note and a sound. We have an end pin here. That's the main parts of the guitar that you should be aware of. Now, when we get our guitar ready to go and we're practicing, we're sitting down to play, whatever it is that we're doing with any instrument, we want to make sure we're in tune first. And to do that, the easiest way to do that is if you have a tuner like this, a little clip-on tuner that can go on the headstock, or you can get onto an application on your phone. There's some smartphone tuners as well. So next, when we are ready to tune our guitar, and I've got my guitar here ready, we're going to start, typically we want to start with the first string, the bottom one, the thinnest one for guitar. That's going to be tuned to an E. So it should sound like this. And we want to make sure we're in tune. And now what I want to use on my tuner here is if the pitch, let me do this. If I play it, and that way you can see it here, see my E, if it's in the red and it's below the pitch, if it gets in the middle there, that's how you know it's in tune, right? So you want to make sure it's in tune. On my tuner, it's green, but your tuner, it might be in the middle, right at home, whatever it is. You're going to use that to get E for your first string. Then the second string will be B. That one's good. And then we've got G. That's our third string. So that one's a little bit flat. Good to go. Our next string is D. Fourth is D. It's kind of hard to see. There you go. I'm trying to get into the camera. A little bit flat on there as well. And you just want to go up until it's right in the middle, or green, like I said. Now, in this case, let me go ahead and show you. If it's sharp and it goes above the pitch, like in this case it's yellow, you're going to want to make it flat. So it's sharp right now, but if I flatten the tuning, we'll go to A, and then E. E on the sixth string again. So we've got E, B, G, D, A, and E. Great. So once we have our guitar in tune, we can now start to work on our chords and start putting those pieces together. So first off, we've learned a couple of chords. If you've been in our Pick and Bow program and you've learned, and we've done that together. We've done a couple chords. We've done C, G, D. We'll review those in time. But just to go back over some of the ones that we'll be using today, let's learn C, and then we'll learn a chord called G7. Okay? So for C, the quick and easy version of that chord is to take our first finger, which I am right-handed, so I'm using my left hand on the fretboard. I'm going to take my first finger, my index finger, number 1, and I'm going to put it on the first fret. See how this is the first fret? We've got 1, 2, 3 right there. That's the only ones we're going to use today. But the first fret is where my first finger is going to go, and that's going to be on the second string, our B string. So to do that, we'll put that finger there, and then that's it for that. So here we go. I'm going to play from the 3rd string down, so from the G string. Okay? And now we also have a G7. And now all we have to do on G7 is where that first finger was, we take it down and we put it on the 1st string of the 1st fret. So the same fret, but we're just going to move it down. So here's C. Now watch my finger. 1st fret of the 1st string. Now G7 is played from the 4th string down, our D string, and it sounds like this. Right? So there we go. Now a normal G has this chord. This is normal G with our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret. But today's purposes, we're going to use G7, and that's going to be our 1st finger, 1st fret of the 1st string. So when we can work with those 2 chords, there's a song called Skip to My Lou. I'm sure you've heard it. It's a classic children's song that we've all grew up hearing. We can play that song with just those 2 chords that we went over. Very simple. Before we get into it, let's work on changing those chords, okay? So we've got C, and we'll use that, we'll strum it 4 times. So from the 3rd string down, and then we'll switch to G7. You hear that difference? So it would be the Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. And that's it. So we can do the Lou, Lou, skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, 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 skip to my Lou, skip to my Lou, my darling. That's all we have to do. Now we play those chords each 4 times, and as you sing it, skip to my Lou, ooh, skip to my Lou right there. Now this G7, skip to my Lou, my darling. That only gets 2 strums. So simply put, you only have to play those chords each a couple of times, and it's really simple. Now, in this next part, I can show you if you've played those chords long enough, the simple, easy chords, you can play those in a full version. And it's if you've been playing for a while and you're used to playing the regular chords, I can show you those as well here in just a second. Okay, so we've went over the easy versions of those chords that we use to play Skip to My Lou. And if you want to play with those and learn the song and get familiar with the chord changes, please continue to do that. That'll help your rhythm and it'll help your timing of how the song is supposed to be played. It'll help you learn how to change your chords easier and quicker. That way when we get to playing more songs and changing chords more often, it'll help you and you'll be more prepared for that. Now, if you want to use the full chords for Skip to My Lou, you are more than welcome to do that. So let's review those. So we start with C, and what we're going to do is we're going to put our first finger back onto the 2nd string of the 1st fret. And then we're going to take our middle finger here, which is number 2, and we're going to put that on the 2nd fret of the 4th string. So I'm skipping the 3rd string right here, okay? And then I'm going to take my my ring finger, and that's number 3, and I'm going to put it on the 3rd fret of the 5th string. It's kind of like a stair stepper, right? Like a staircase. You just keep it going up. So 1, 2, 3. That's the easiest way, and you play that from the 5th string down. Now, G7, the full G7 chord of that. So we've got our first finger on the 1st string of the 1st fret. Now, if you want to try to make the stretch all the way up, I'm going to use my middle finger again, 2nd finger, on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So that's a pretty big gap if you can see that. But if you can stretch your finger that far, please try to do it. It'll help you learn the full G7 chord. And then I'm going to take my 3rd finger, and I'm going to put it on the 6th string, which is our one closest to us. Put it on the 3rd fret, and G7 sounds like this. So that's how G7 is normally, but when we add the full chord, that's G7. So I hope that you can take those chords and learn to play Skip to My Lou. Thanks.
Thank you for watching this lesson. Follow our channel for more video music lessons. You can find our channel on YouTube at Hindman Settlement School Pick and Bow Music Program. The Pick and Bow After School Music Program is coordinated by the Traditional Arts Program at Hindman Settlement School. This project is a component of the In These Mountains Central Appalachian Folk Arts and Culture Initiative and supported in part by a grant from South Arts, a nonprofit regional arts organization. Learn more at www.hindman.org and www.southarts.org.